Blackhound Studios presents Absinth, the Green Fairy. Hello, I'm Necrosis, and welcome to the pre-alpha of Absinth. The team that makes this, is working on this rather, is Blackhound Studios. They contacted me, it was either earlier this week or last week. This game is coming out in November, or at least scheduled to. It's an indie game made by some interesting sounding guys, and they sent me the pre-alpha demo. So that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to keep all my critique in the form of constructive feedback, so that if they ask, like, what do you want? What can we do to improve this, or what is anything like that? I've got plenty of material to go off of. It's a pre-alpha, so obviously there's plenty of things to expect. I might be here talking in front of the title screen for a little bit as well. So let's jump into this. If we look at the credits, it tells us Absinth has been developed and will be published by Blackhound Studios. So I think what that means is they will be publishing the game themselves. Maybe it'll be like on Game Jolt or itch.io or something. I didn't see a Steam page, so I don't know if it will be out on Steam or not. But we'll see what happens. If you want to talk to them or see the game information, they have a webpage, absinthgame.com. They also have their YouTube channel. It's all here on the screen. So, let's do first impressions. Now, keeping in mind it's pre-alpha, we don't give people shit, but I could see in the title screen that my frame rate is seemingly capped at 6. It's barely touching my CPU and GPU. I don't know why it would be capped at 6 frames. That looks like a hard cap in the game. Like maybe whatever it's rendering currently in the background might be like a scene from the game with some post-processing filters, and maybe it was just annihilating performance or something. So they're like, with current solution, maybe we'll just cap it and not worry about it. Maybe they wanted it to look like it was like low frame rate for the background. I don't know. Seems mysterious, but my mouse isn't affected by that. Hardware acceleration, etc. That's good. Speaking of mouse acceleration, we have their options menu. We've seen this option menu before. I don't remember what we were playing, whether it was Observer or what. It might be a standard template from like Unity or something. It's got some of these options. When I tested them, they didn't really seem to do much. The game is still gonna be optimized, etc. I'm told. We only have a regular volume control and VSync, so not too bad. I mean, you've got your video controls. What you don't have is one volume control per thing. So like, for example, music versus voices versus sound effects. I like to fine-tune things a little bit in my own way. But even a volume bar is still more than we've seen with a lot of games, which is really sad. What we definitely do not have is any kind of mouse options. And I don't think I see anything for controls either. So if, for example, the crouch button is Control, not C, I tend to get a little cranky that I can't remap it. And more than that is the mouse sensitivity can't be changed. That's a very common issue that games have. I hate it. It drives me nuts. But for now, it is what it is. We are going to just hit play and jump in. Looks like they're giving us the instructions how to play. WASD to move, interact with the E button. We have peeking with Z and X. I'm assuming that's where you can look around a corner. Like, if I had the option to remap this right now, I'll tell you what I would do. I would take Z and put it up to Q. I would take X and put it up to E. I would take E and put it up to F, most likely. So I would be using F for activate, and Q and R for looking around. Q and E for looking around corners. Z and X seems like an odd place for that. And then we have activate AR glasses. I'm not sure what this is. I'm assuming AR stands for augmented reality. And that's activated by your other hand having to move to the keyboard. So things on this side of the keyboard is generally not a good idea. Because the only way for me to hit the P key is to take my hand off the mouse and press P. That's a bummer. And then we have night vision, which is only in AR mode. So night vision, inspect mode, and flashlight are all done in the AR mode. M for night vision, M for flashlight, and B for inspect. I don't know what inspect is, so let's just jump in at this point and see where we go. Act 2, Bad Neighbors. So the demo is going to take place sometime later in the game than the beginning, from the looks of it. Welcome to the installation guide, powered by Swifty Corp. How would you like to set up your AR glasses? I'm an advanced user. I demand advanced cameras. Audio so far is pretty nice. I got my audio cranked up in my room. So we saw that there was a button M for like flashlight and night mode. I was originally going to complain about that, but when I did my mouse testing earlier, I realized you get to choose one or the other, so they just bind it to the same key. Cool. Now, you could do night mode or integrated flashlight. You guys know me and what I'm going to choose. I'm assuming night mode is some sort of night vision type of thing. And we love horror games with flashlights, so if you give me a choice, I want the flashlight. Like maybe if you wanted more of a Outlast style experience, you might do that, but I'm a huge fan of flashlights in horror games. Please choose one of your following colors. We will use blue, because why not? Got my coffee.
Seems like someone doesn't like visitors.
Someone doesn't like visitors, yeah. That's probably why they put up this no trespassing sign. It's private property. I'm assuming since there's investigation that we might be an investigator or something. I don't know the context of what is going on. But that's fine, that's not what we're really after. The mouse settings, like the mouse sensitivity just feels off, but I have no control over it. It's close enough to my normal settings where I'm not going to go and start messing with my DPI. But again, mouse settings, come on, we need to be able to tune that. And along the same lines, the option to remove either mouse smoothing or any of those type of mouse acceleration effects that you might see in a Unity, Unreal Engine, etc. I already have mouse acceleration software, and I really like having the option to be able to remove it. It's not a good thing. They had interesting instructions too, like if you find the game too dark, you can to only raise the brightness by a tiny little bit. Now, I'm not sure if this is too dark for me or not. It does look kind of dark. I can't seem to activate the flashlight, but I think it said in AR mode only. So Maybe we'll bump it up just a tiny bit and see. In some games, you may get more options when you're in-game versus the title screen, but see, it even says so here. Set it slightly higher if you can't see anything. And when I say slightly higher, they're like, just no like a centimeter. So just in case, I'm going to remember this is at the F here. And we're going to crank that. Oh, wow. That. Right. Oh, okay. The default is all the way at 0. So it looks like right now for the alpha, it kind of goes full on ham. So we're not going to. Let's just let me see how that looks. That's about a centimeter, if not a little under. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. If maybe not too much. Because what I see on my monitor, it's difficult to make sure what's on the stream video being the same. I'm sorry if this is taking a long time. I'm being very analytical. I'm trying to really inspect everything, and for a moment I thought that was part of my display, but that's just the flash or the light from the car. So, first question is, how the hell did we get here? We obviously drove into what looks like a cave, maybe? That is gonna be a bitch to drive back out of. My god. Like, I hate driving out of my freaking driveway when there's someone else parked and I have to, like, do the little sideway maneuver thing. But this is a whole new level of pain. Now, there's optimization issues right now. We're running on a 1060 with the Intel i7 8700K. Pretty powerful machine. Right now we get 60 FPS, but after I look towards the no trespassing sign, you can see my frame rate just goes to absolute hell, and it's the GPU that cranks out full balls to the walls. And that's going to be up to them to optimize their game, but let's see what happens performance-wise if I was to like if we take all the available settings minus the resolution. I can't change that apparently. And resume. What are we looking at? Okay, so my GPU usage went down a little bit, so it's no longer trying to overdo it. But notice my frame rate is still 27 FPS. That's interesting to me because, oh, okay. If I look in the right spot, it jumps up to 99%. So maybe something with the fog, or maybe there's no clipping range. There's definitely something going on there. Shadow cascades. Let's bump these back up. Texture resolution can be high. I mean, I've got like 8 gigs, I think, of VRAM. Anisotropic filtering can be forced on. We'll use 4x AA. I prefer FXAA, SMAA, or ideally through the game temporal anti-aliasing, like TAA, I believe it's called. But yeah, look, like now my frame rate is actually okay. Now I jumped back to 27. For a moment, it was like 28. So for now, we're just going to accept that looking at certain directions will potentially tank our frame rate. They specifically told us, hey, it's pre-alpha, we're still working on it. So I'm not complaining, just pointing it out. Visually, things look cool. I've been standing here in the dark forest for like 10 minutes. This part of the sign's upside down. What? Whoever installed this sign must have been really half-assing it. He's like, I don't want people trespassing on my property, but I guess I only care enough to keep it right side up on that side of the... Assuming this is probably like the only entrance into this area. Now, do I have any idea where to go? Not really. I see what looks like twinkling lights this way. Could there be...
What's this?
Now here's what's interesting. Look, my frame rate's at 60 FPS. My GPU's maxed out. So yeah, there's something weird going on. Atmosphere feels pretty good. It's got that Silent Hill fogginess thing going. And for the tree huggers, we've got little twinkling fairy...
Oh, shit.
I hear heartbeat. It did say the Green Fairy for the subtitle of the game, right? It was Absinth the Green Fairy. Like, I love to crack jokes at that, but I'm going not to E to interact. And that light is really preventing me from enjoying staring at this key. I can leave it, take it. I can zoo. Rotate. So the interface still has a little work to do, so we can really inspect items for some reason via... How do I leave space to take? Uh-oh. Whoa. It's not... Okay, that was weird. I was pressing space and nothing was happening. I couldn't press E to leave. Don't mess with items, apparently. Something seemed a little off there, but I guess as I rotated the object, eventually it clicked in place, so... Yeah, it's really feeling dark now, but that's okay. Horror games are dark. E to interact.
Venus, the goddess of love, did not want her lover Adonis to go hunting.
So we've got some expensive-looking artwork. Or, according to him, a weird-looking painting. Can I take it? Can't
Venus,
take this object.
The goddess of love.
The goddess of
Did not
love.
want her lover Adonis to go hunting. She was afraid he would come to harm. They seem to immolate people.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty hearing the voice. It's competing with the background ambiance or BGM. So that's what I'm saying. Volume sliders, man. We need them. Because that voice volume is going to be max, and the game volume might be, like, say, 60 or 50 or whatever sounds right, so that I can hear voice. We have some kind of altar, a delightful body bag. We love body bags. Some screen lens effects. Whatever. Interact. We've got.
In that day the Lord will punish Leviathan, the fleeing serpent, with his fierce and great and mighty sword, even Leviathan, the twisted serpent, and he will kill the dragon who lives in the sea.
We've got some
In
sort.
that day the Lord will punish Leviathan, the fleeing serpent,
Oh, he's reading it again?
with his fierce and great and...
Weird. I was actually kind of hoping I was going to be reading that out loud, but I don't mind. I like voiceover stuff. It's good for my throat. I'm usually too busy bitching about things and stuff and rambling about who knows what. So, what do we know so far? We're in a forest. There appears to be a corpse here and an altar. There's some information regarding like the goddess of love with a painting. We've got some religious mumbo jumbo. We're probably dealing with a cult. Or just a bunch of kooks, I don't know. And I don't really know where to go yet, so let's just... No, I think that's a rock wall there, so let's go this way. It looks slightly brighter fog over there. Could that be the game's, like, hint system? I hear noise from here. Oh, the frame rate is bad. I'm getting a cemetery vibe here. I think I'm getting stuck on stuff. Yeah, these might be tombstones. Okay. Oh, wait, the P button did open up. And M for... Okay, sweet. Okay, guys, we have a flashlight. My frame rate feels faster. No, it's really going up and down constantly. So whatever's affecting the frame rate might be more difficult for them to find out. It doesn't feel like if I look here, it's always going to be bad, and if I look away, it's always fine. like just tiptoeing around. The textures look pretty nice, actually. I like it. There's no crouch. And yeah, I'm constantly getting stuck on stuff. That's weird. Hey, where'd my... Alright, did I turn my flashlight off, or does it maybe turn off? Oh, no. Ow, I see. In the upper right, where the recording button is, or the indicator, there's a little green... It's basically a bar. So from the looks of it, there's a battery that self-recharges. That's not a bad system. I prefer that to having batteries, because this means, worst case scenario, if you're, let's say, shitting bricks and hiding in a corner, you can use that flashlight all you want. Worst case, you just kind of sit around and wait for it to recharge. That I like. Props to that. Would I still prefer always-on flashlight? Yeah, probably. This at least meets you halfway. It forces you to turn it off, but it will recharge it, which is cool. Makes me think of the flashlights. They have the ones that have like a coil with a magnet in it, and it's got a small battery that you charge by. Yeah, you shake it back and forth using those manly male muscles we've built up all our lives to shake the thing back and forth, and it charges the battery. I don't know if they last very long, but like if you were in a horror situation, that would probably be a pretty cool flashlight to have, because then at least you don't worry so much about the batteries wearing out. More like your arm's gonna wear out. So what are I can go... Well, I can pretty much go in any direction, practically. I'll go this way. M. See, M for flashlight makes no sense to me. I have to either really reach for it with my thumb. I don't think... Is that a bat? Whatever it is, it's sprayed a little bit of blood on my screen, rather. I'm assuming that we're in a handycam mode, so we're using like a... kind of has a little bit of the urban exploration type of thing. We're looking through a camera. Well, I mean, Outlast does stuff like that. We've played other games that do as well. I like it. I like that, though. Or no, it specifically said like AR camera. So, yeah. When I was thinking augmented reality, I was thinking like it was gonna like overlay holograms and things into 3D space. Right now it just kind of gives us this HUD, which has things I don't think we can press them. They might just be decoration, or they might be part of the full game. Like maybe we'll be receiving text messages or phone calls. It's got like what looks like maybe a GPS, Wi-Fi, or volume. It's just kind of cool though. Like, it still feels like we're in the same little area, but I triggered a little jump scare event, which was scary. Yeah, F really should have been the button for flashlight, or something else. Like, I would probably have put it like on Z or X, because I would have taken the peaks and put them on like Q and E, so E would be unavailable if the game doesn't use...
FBI agent Zane Zeminski, don't move.
Who are you talking to? Oh, there is someone over there. There's a dude right there. And apparently I'm an FBI agent. Shall we say hi? Yeah, let's go say hi. I think he disappeared, but I found a house. Is this the house? Like, is this dude's backyard, basically? Is it private property, but it's someone's home? But yeah, I would definitely be putting that flashlight button. Whoa. Ooh, we got some glitchiness. Oh no. Maybe we should take our AR glasses off. That that guy's got some interference. He's leaking noise. I don't think the FCC is gonna like this. I'm gonna call the FCC and have them investigate this, because that may not be in compliance, and they charge you thousands of dollars per day for shit going wrong with noise leakage. Yeah, it's just going haywire. So then I'll take the hint. They don't want us using AR near the house. Apparently something is going on. Which also means we can't use our flashlight, because the flashlight's integrated to the glasses. Which is not unlike, say, Outlast, where you can always take your hand, like face, or the camera off your face, but then you don't get any of the features. Got a little table of stuff here, nothing to interact with. Not sure what this white is in the very center, like where the targeting reticle would be. Like, is that the actual targeting reticle? Because it's got like two little white, oddly shaped specks of heck knows what. Actually, I want to examine something. How, like, there is light from the looks of it inside this house. I saw what I think was the AC vent doodad, so there must be power in this house. Does anybody see power lines? And what is this on the bottom of my screen? Is that a stamina bar? Yeah, that's a stamina bar, I think. I don't see any power lines leading to this house, and given the mountainous terrain around this little forest, I wouldn't expect there to be power lines, but how are you generating electricity for example, this light, sir? What are you doing? Why am I still talking and not entering this creepy house in the middle of the woods? I mean, it says welcome. The guy obviously doesn't want us here. No trespassing. No trespassing. Interact. Okay, we got the door.
Hello, Mrs. Kukowski.
Mrs. Kukowski.
Are you at home?
Mrs. Kukowski. And I don't think there was a subtitle option available yet. That would be useful to have.
Hello? Is anybody home?
Okay, yeah, we're not going to use that for now because it's still glitchy. This guy's got something that's... Hello? Oh, it's got a lot of something going on. What is this? Is that the... Oh! It looks like some sort of like transmission communication device thing. It was also what was jamming our signal. So by turning it off, we can use our augmented reality thing. Now, what was the... I can't see. Forgot, there was an interact mode, like B or something. Oh. Hey, look at this. I can actually see better now. That highlights, basically puts an overlay. Looks purple on my screen. I specifically picked blue. My options were blue and green. Oh shit, this is good, look. It actually highlights or puts an exclamation mark over items. So you're less likely to just miss something. And looks like on the upper left there's a similar bar, so we can't just use it indefinitely. Okay, I like that. That's awesome. Hello, Wordwin. Okay, so we've got Cuddle Bunny must have been Absinth. And Absinth is the name of a person, I think. Actually, I don't know more than that, so... Can I... Uh-oh. Can I take it, or are we just inspecting it? Okay, can't take this object. It seems that there's glitchy behavior if you rotate the object and then you try to E to take or space to take or E to leave. So maybe I should not rotate things. M for flashlight. I'm really not liking that. It's got regular power outlets and stuff. It looks as if he just has a TV here running dark web creepypasta videos. Guy likes his ambiance. Is that Edward Scissor? No. The Uncertain. I was just looking this game up for the title name. Were they involved in the making of that game? Oops. I never actually finished the game. I remember getting stuck and then being like, I give up. But in VR chat, we met someone that was using a model similar, if not the same, from that game. And he wanted to know what the game name was because he couldn't remember, neither could I. I went hunting through my YouTube videos. Eventually I found out. It was like The Uncertain, but I haven't... Is that a Geiger counter going off? Oops. It says, interesting book. Can I take... I can't see what it really says. Ancient Civilizations. What is that noise? Is that like electricity? Like electrical faults? Or is that a Geiger... It's not a Geiger counter. Hayward Wind, did it say like I'm not online or something? Because I wonder... Like no one seemed to pop in at the normal times. And I wondered if like there's something weird going on with the stream. But I'm too engrossed in this game now to do anything about it. B. Okay, see, I would have easily been able to miss items like this remote. The TV remote seems not to be working. I don't think I can zoom in or do anything about it, so... Oh. Okay, so there is... Okay, that's just the... Fair enough, fair enough. Because yeah, if I put Z and X for my flashlight and night vision, or the augmented reality thing, that would be a lot easier to activate. And I would be Q and E for peeking. Like, oh yeah, these don't even do anything. Like, that's not... Like, if I put the mouse, like, say at the edge of that corner, oh no, it moves just a tiny bit, but probably an unnecessary feature. Usually in games, it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's either you don't get enough additional vision, or you just don't have the time to finesse. E to interact. We have a bloody knife. Can't take this object. Oh, hey, tab does something. It opened my inventory. We have loot. Allows you to open a locked door, or the augmented reality overlay is blocking whatever this word is. There's another potential issue. There's a use item option. Let's not mess with that. Oof. I don't think there's anything. Oh wow, that's bright. What the heck is that? Like some kind of super reflection? Are those lights? I don't know. Whatever it is, it hurts my eyes. Yeah, the frame rate inside the house is pretty bad too. But look, like if I don't touch anything, my CPU's over 50%, GPU's over 60%, frame rate's 28. So we're not maxed out, but unless like a CPU core is maxed out, and that's bottlenecking. So that might be something going on the CPU end of the engine that's capping us out. But we're gonna deal with it. That's perfectly acceptable for pre-alpha. Something just broke. Who did that? Oh, it changes the creepypasta. Or just... maybe the screen froze on them. I'd like to be able to take this, or if I could, like, change channels. Maybe I want to see other creepypastas available. Who knows? There's nothing out there, is there? So far, this is pretty cool. I like it. I'm really digging the AR thing. I will say, though, the flashlight thing is very limiting. At least it feels. Where does this go to? It's locked. I need a key. Is it the key that I used? Or, sorry, the key that I have? Or, yeah, having to go all the way to M to open my flashlight or pull it out is really a bit much. Like, I don't like that. Dingy microwave. How does this house get power, I wonder? Okay, what else is there to enter? Hey, an espresso machine. Oh, it's one of those super automatic ones. Or maybe not super auto, but I mean, it's touch activated. Doesn't have a built-in grinder. I'm just gonna say this guy is probably not a coffee snob, because a coffee snob wouldn't have a machine like that. They'd be all up in the shit of like a semi-auto with a good grinder. I don't know why I'm stalling for time. I think the recharge rates on the flashlight and the augmented reality might be a bit slow. We got diamond plated. Is this an elevator?
Why is an elevator here?
That's a good question. Why is an elevator? Holy fuck, it's dark. I was gonna be like, why is there diamond texture plating, like that metal diamond plating? But then it's like, wait a minute, this looks like an elevator door. Is this light switched? I wish you could. Yeah. Wow. Probably don't want to investigate someone's house and turn their lights on. That wouldn't make sense. But we've got... This house looks really familiar, guys. Wait a minute. We played at least one game that uses this house, I think. There was... Like, you had to come down here and hide in this closet. I think it's the same house. We played a few, actually. One of them was really kind of cool. It was a game that White-Tram gifted us to play, and it had a jump scare that got me damn fucking good. It was a really cool game. Also just indie. Mostly, you know, developers using whatever pre-bought assets they had and just did what they, you know, could with it. But I've seen this house before. Now, I'm not one to really complain about reused assets, so that's okay. It's what you do with it. This door's jammed. But yeah, there was like this. That's the reason I recognized it suddenly. It was like, wait, I remember this hallway. It looked a little bit different. I mean, they probably retextured it and did their own thing with it, but now if only I can remember what game that was. The ambiance is definitely something. Like, it's progressively making me more and more on edge. Can't seem to interact with... Okay, that's just the door is all I can interact with. Let's take a look-see in here. It's locked. You need a key. So we got a second door that requires a key. Whatever was in this room in the other game I was thinking of, there was like a computer here or something. So that's okay. I mean, indie game developers usually don't have the resources to have to custom make everything from scratch. At the very least, it's like you have asset packs and you're like, well, I need a house. So you use a house that is available and then you just change it around to what you need. If nothing else, as a test of concept. Like, we might change this in the future with our own stuff, but in the meantime, it's at least like a placeholder asset, because otherwise we're going to spend like 5 more years trying to develop this game, and good luck keeping an interest by that point. It says, interesting book. Book of Leviathan. Space. Oh, Oh. Okay, so if you rotate it till the point where the cursor goes red, there's something wrong with the cursor, I think. Maybe it's UV mapped to the wrong spot on the texture or something. But once it goes red, that's when the interact and spacebar work. But yeah, like this constant, like, not violin sound, but whatever it is. Like, the longer I listen to it, the more on edge I'm becoming. Oh, what have we got here? Paint. Oh, that, okay. Watcher is written backwards. It's a picture of, we'll call him Slender Man in his forest. Keep an eye out for Slendy.
I heard the painter died. Painful and poor.
The painter died.
Guess he never expected to be so famous one day.
Yeah, man, this that painter, like, this is one of his most popular works. No one would have assumed, like, you would have never guessed it, but that thing should be in a fucking museum, actually. Why is it here in this house on the floor, or on the desk? It should be in, like, an art exhibit next to the Mona Lisa, perhaps, or... Wait, there's... What the heck? I can't... Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, there's nothing there. We got an interesting book. That's all that's otherwise in here. Yeah, the game definitely feels a little bit too dark. That or getting to use the flashlight. Oh. It's another painting of some form. There was a painting we saw outside in the forest before we came in here as well. Got obviously an artist or something, so art might be his thing, but like, why did it get so quiet? Oh, okay. Having to press B and M respectively for the different... It's locked, you need a key. Okay, so we got 3 doors that have locks. I'm glad I discovered this tab thing on accident. Allows you to open locked doors, or I press P, or cabinets. Okay, so that's just a general description. So all we know is we have a key. Do I actually, no, we're not going to mess with anything yet, because there's still other spots to explore. Yeah, and whatever that game was, it had like a really creepy picture right there. And I remember at one point there was like this weird moaning, groaning sound that every time you started going down the stairs, and it was like spot on, like, oh my god, I don't even want to go near it type of thing. So I've got a little bit of memories with this house, for better or for worse. This was like the guy's room. There was like a closet over there. Sorry, I don't mean to be comparing it. We got some... The background ambiance is a bit loud, but I swear to fuck I heard someone breathing or kind of make a little groaning sound. Let's see, we can interact with the book, the 2 doodads, the 2 doors, the dresser, and that. Okay, let's have a look at the book. The book is The Satanic Bible. Is that the cover the Satanic Bible comes in? Flashlight's not going to last long. Flashlight duration feels a bit short in relation to the recharge time. If I had to give a suggestion, at least my thoughts on that, if the recharge was at least a little bit faster, and if I could activate it with, say, the F button or something, that would be a little bit better as far as wanting to use it. I gotta stop repeating it myself over and over the same little things. Lots of little things like the drawers that can be opened. So far, none of them actually contain anything. Maybe none of them contain anything. But it's, as a gamer, you have no choice. If it can be opened, it will. Oh. Okay, so as soon as I move away, those close on their own. Oh, we got a key to...
Is that a key?
Says... What the fuck was that? Upstairs key. Oh my god, it's dark. What? Didn't I take space? Okay. I'm almost tempted to rebind the 2 buttons on my mouse to B and M so I could just click on it, but at this point, fuck it. E to interact. Hey, we got a dead bug.
Shit. This is Mrs. Grukowski.
How are you so sure this is Mrs.
Oh, I hope I can find your child. Alive.
How are you so sure this is Mrs. Grukowski? Like, we have nothing to go by. She's covered up. That could be anybody until we've identified the body, no? I'm sorry, but I can't take it anymore. I have made a huge mistake. It's my fault. Whoa, wait, what? The took her and I did not stop them. I have failed. There's something wrong with this note, guys. Like, the English made sense other than the not capitalized I. I have made a mistake. It's my fault. The took her and I did not stop them. I have failed. Did you guys just hear that door? Oh. I think that was me pressing E and closing that, not the note. I could not. I was having trouble getting out of the note. Is there anything else in here before I move along? I see nothing, but we do have an upstairs key. I don't know if the key we had was originally to the house. Oh wait, that's the exclamation mark for the... Hey, we have a jump scare. It came out of this wall. For some reason. Well, if we got an upstairs key... This one was jammed. There was 2 doors up here. There was 1 door down there, plus some sort of what looked like an elevator, right? Oh, God, I'm stuck. Help. Okay, so we have to open a door on this side. Whoever designed this hallway was a jerk. It's like, yeah, we're gonna make a narrow hallway so that when you open the door, you smash whoever, or knock over whoever's on the other side. Kids love it, especially because, you know, they're small, so you can really open that door as fast as you can with a lot of force, and it'll just send them flying down the hallway. If you could do it with that door, you might be able to even knock them down the stairs. Okay, this door. So it looks like it opens all the locked doors upstairs, which doesn't make sense to me. Why would you have... Oh, is that it? Is that a key up there? I think it is. Or maybe not. I thought that was like a edge of a key. Okay, we got what looks like a combination safe. And some notes.
He is collecting cases of missing children, but why?
Let's kind of skim this. The case of Absinth Grukowski. Another child went missing last week. The case is one of many regarding the children, which went missing all over the country. I don't know how well you guys can see that tiny text. Yesterday, FBI investigator joined police officers from different departments to search through the night for any trace of the missing girl. She was wearing gray sweatpants, a distinct dark red t-shirt, bright white high-top sneakers, and a silver gray cinch backpack with girl power printed on the back. Absinth Grukowski is the one that went missing. She left school on her bike, okay. So her mother, Kathleen Grukowski, told NBC News it's not like her. Everyone's working together to try and find her. We love her and we want her to come home. Hundreds of local people yesterday met at a church to organize search parties and distribute flyers. They had been asked to stay out of local woods so bloodhounds could try to pick up the missing girl's scent. A signal from Absinth's phone cell was picked up by a phone tower nearby Williamstown. Investigators believe the phone is now either switched off or has run out of power. International Moose County underway. Oh shit! The UN-sponsored International Moose Census got off to a flying start today with hopes for an increase in the worldwide moose population to compete with last year's disappointing misspelled figures. Among the traditional early reporters were Egypt returning figures of 6 moose, a 20% increase in 2011's figures of 5, and God. Okay, so these are, I guess, the same note from the looks of it. But that gives us some context as to... Was this room always so bright? It must be the laptop lighting it up. Oh, whatever that reflection is, it's pretty freaking bright. Alright, let's see. God is dead. Oh, God. What the hell just happened? It opened up my browser. Again, A1H8. Is this related to my... I'm not too big a fan of you opening my browser, to be honest. Oh god, if I click on it, it opens another... Oh no, my mouse doesn't work. Uh-oh. My mouse... I can WASD, but I can't... Oh god. Oh, okay. Okay, that's glitchy as fuck. Ooh. Call James Tuesday. Fuck that, I'll call him on Thursday. E to interact. Nothing. So clicking on this breaks your mouse for a while and opens up that kind of dildo shaped thing. I smell a puzzle. I would have much preferred if it didn't open my browser and just open this up in game or something, like giving me a note, because I've got a lot going on with my browser. A1H8. A1. Okay, so yeah, just maybe alt tabbing does it, but hitting escape fixes it, so I can deal with it. Absinth. Authorities. So whoever this is he's collecting data like news articles and screen caps and stuff relating to this disappearance. I don't know what most of the other stuff is, but you know how like sometimes when you have serial killers, they kind of start collecting like newspaper clippings and things related to the case of their victim. So we have A18H8, right? That's got to be a clue for something. A1H8. Could it be as simple as, for example,
I need a password to open it.
like if A is the first letter in the alphabet, bam. A1, H is what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is 8. I guess not. Just lets you, okay, enter as many digits as you... Alright. But it looks like it's... Because, yeah, A's number 1, H is number 8. That makes sense. I figured maybe it was going to be 2 of the digits were coded as letters, but I guess not. It was worth a try. So we opened up the 2 locked doors. Wait, hold on, let me augment this room. We had that, we got the newspaper clippings, and I think that is it. There's nothing else that I can see. So, what do I do now? That door's freaking him out. There was nothing in here, but surely that, I mean, pre-alpha, there may not be anything in this room, but otherwise my gut instinct says there's no way there wouldn't be anything in this room. Like, surely. But looks like there's nothing in there. Yeah, I can't even reach the flashlight button without taking my left hand off the keyboard. There's a mystery ball. Mystery elevator, but there's no buttons to open it or anything. This is where we had a door. I need a key for that. Well, I know the key might be in that safe. It might be elsewhere. Why would they give us A1H8? I wonder. One thing that's kind of worrying me as far as back of my mind type of thing is the keypad didn't really tell us how many things it would input. That's why I started punching buttons, but it just kind of kept taking them and taking them. It's possible that maybe some of these books might be interrelated with... What the hell is this thing? I don't know. There's nothing to that. Yeah, looks like this creepypasta screen kind of got stuck on whatever that is. Damn it, I keep trying to press F and I can't open my flashlight with that. 35 millimeter. Trying to pick this up. I think we might have to examine items and stuff to see if there might be any hint of can't turn that back on. I don't see any sign of anything down here that might give us any kind of hint. Yeah, this flashlight's kind of weak. It's a flaky little flashlight. Too bad the espresso machine can't tell me what the code is. Looking less for interactable objects and just seeing it. But yeah, like the flashlight recharge time is gonna kind of screw us over for now. Like I only need it for momentary bursts to get a look. But Wordwin, are you actually in here? Like you said hi, but then I didn't hear anything else. I wonder if there's something wrong with my stream. Because it is uploading, but you haven't spoken since... It's possible maybe there's something else outside. Or elsewhere. I swear to fuck I heard like footsteps. Like a heartbeat. Dead body. That's not a code. I'm thinking sometimes when something's written weird, it might be that it was written in a code. But I don't think that's the case here. I think I might need to bump the brightness up a tad. didn't really help much, but there's a cell phone there, but I can't interact with it, which is a bummer. Not seeing any sign of anything. Oh, can't see shit, Captain. Yeah, flashlight's not gonna last long enough for me to get anything, like, any chance to look around. Just wanted, nope. I don't know if the night vision mode would be any better. But if it has the same... I think I heard a heartbeat again. That door was jammed, so that one is basically not part of the game. Oh, okay, I can't. How old was this girl? They said, I think Absinth was 14? Does that look kind of like a big corpse for a 14-year-old, no? Let me see. Maybe they didn't tell us. Part of me wonders, is it possible that, like, the guy set the code to say the date she went missing or something along... something along those days. God is dead. Interact with? No, I can't. It says interact, but I can't interact with whatever it thinks I can interact with. Let's just take a... Let's give it a shot real quick. 10/20/2017. Let's just try that, just for the hell of it. 10/20/2017. Now, like, how many digits? Like, usually when you have a key code, like, you'll like punch in like 3 or 4 numbers, and it'll just and then reset because that was the wrong code. But it at least gives you an idea of how many digits you're working with. This one just kind of goes and goes and goes, and so I don't know. Is it like a 4-digit combination? Is it like a massive numerical string? Is it something else? Paper, and then we still have this thing, A1H8, which really doesn't seem to help. Like, for all I know, that might just be like the artist's like signature or something on his artwork type of thing. It's also possible that maybe there's still something outside of the house that I'm missing out on. Because there is one locked door on the lower floor. This key that we picked up just doesn't tell us what it's actually for. So this might have been the key we used to get into the house. I'm not sure. But there would definitely be at least another key somewhere at some point. And I'm also thinking that since we have this little artwork here that mentions the Watcher out in the forest, perhaps it's a hint of, hey, get out of the house and go out into the forest. Is that reasonable reasoning? Is that even a good question? I don't know. Let's open this. It's locked. Oh, well, so much for that idea. I guess we're supposed to be in the house. Okay then. 35mm. Yeah, uncertain. I don't think the TV is going to be relayed to anything, but don't think it stopped because of me. And every time we get near this thing, like this lamp seems out of order. Is that a hint at something, or is it just, hey, lamp's got an electrical problem? I don't know. But I am feeling a little stuck. We have a knife here, but that doesn't really help us in any way. We've already kind of explored everything that I think we can. Like, is there an actual combination to the safe? I don't know. That's... What is this thing? Oh, I can't. It won't even stay lit long enough for me to see those little icons right there are. I don't know. It's some sort of organizer. I'm stumped. I don't know if maybe the alpha doesn't include that safe combination or something. I don't even know. But I do know I don't have access to this room, and I don't have access to a safe. And I don't know if there's anything about that elevator that matters. So either I missed something, or it's not completed, or I have like a puzzle going and I need to solve it, but I don't think I got all the pieces. And my inclination is to believe this is most likely not done. And I base that on the fact that if I start punching in numbers, they just endlessly get put in. So maybe... Oops. So maybe it's just not in... Like, it's not finished. It's not an unreasonable thing for demo. Or rather, sorry, pre-alpha. It's not technically even a demo. It's just pre-alpha. I don't like that opens my screen, or my browser. I really, really don't like that. Unless God is dead is the code. Let's try that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's 7. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. 15. Or that's God. I, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. That's 9. E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That's 19. That's is. And then, dead. That's 4, A, B, C, D, E, D, E, A, D. And of course, oh, I thought the music stopped because I... But hey, okay, so we got that. We got that shit figured out. Awesome. And there's our key. Look at... Oh, what the heck's going on with the interface up top there? Okay, so there's still a lot of work that I need to do with the interface part, but we have a key. Oh, shit. Okay, E does not take it. It leaves it space to take. I wasn't really expecting that to work, but hey, that makes sense. Kind of. But you guys know me, I'm not Too big on puzzle. Somebody at the door. But the door's locked, so it's not like I can.
Damn, door's locked. I can't leave.
That's alright, we don't want to. That wasn't there before. That sculpture. Oh god, that's so bright. Oh my god, that. Ooh. I hear a phone. Is it in here? I hear a phone. Where's it? Like, it doesn't seem to have positional audio, so I can't tell what direction it's actually coming from. Although I don't hear it now, so I must have been further away from it. Oh, right, I forgot I could use the augmented reality to spot. What's ringing, though? Oh my god, shut that phone up. Where is it? Hey, dead bodies. Oh, round batteries. Dude, I fucking hate alarms so goddamn much. Oh my god, shut it up. I can't take that. This is alien, maybe? He had a alien at his door. Dude, whatever's ringing is not in this room. I don't think. It is. Whatever it is, it's ringing in that room. Maybe one of the stupid corpses can answer it. And I'm trying to... Oh god, that's so blinding. Oh my god. I can't even see. It's so bright. Oh god. Is that it? Hold on. Blend weight. Is it related to this? No. Let's see if one of these options actually makes it not so blooming. Nope. Okay, so no option fixes that. That sucks. Has anything changed on the TV? Nope. TV's just doing its thing there. Oh, that's his foot. I thought that was like a key ring, but it's just his fucking shoe. Okay, there must be something I'm... Wait a minute. Okay. E to interact. Oh god. It's another passcode or something. That's... Dude, if this phone doesn't shut the fuck up... Oh my god. What is this, like the power to the thing? Oh my god. Dude, it's just the phone and... Unless it's a phone upstairs, and, like, it's ringing in that room because it's actually in the master bedroom. It is. Fuck. What? Okay then. assuming that's supposed to have brought us up here for some reason, like to draw our attention to something new having changed. Doesn't seem like anything else has changed. Nothing happened when we answered the phone. My own phone started ringing. I hung that shit up in a split second. I can't stand phones right now. It might be on my ISP for all I know, but I don't think so. So let's see. We came up here. We opened the safe. We got a key to go down to the garage. The garage. Shit.
I have to leave. Now.
Shit, I need to leave now. Why? What happened? What's the problem? It's like the second fucking phone call I had today, too. Like, why the hell are people trying to call me? I'm just trying to play video games, bitch. You know better than to try and call me. Come on. Okay, I don't see anything. Okay. Frame rate's not too happy with me. I'm getting very sick of the ambiance already, though. Like it's the same loop. Something happened? I'm not sure. Oh god, those lights. I hate those lights so much. Oh, fucking hell. For whatever reason, this garage door thing doesn't work. I don't know what happened to those corpses that were hanging. Like, they usually don't just go missing, right? Alright, at least now with the phone not ringing, I can maybe... Oh. There's a... Oh. Oh my god, that hurt my eyes so bad. 09 10 922. 09 10 922. That might be the combination to the elevator. 09 10 922. Fuck. What was it? I'm not gonna be able to remember that. 09 10 922. Oof. Like, I'm blinded. Can't see. Okay. Yeah, this needs to be changed, man. Seriously, holy fuck. Can't see. Okay. 09 10 9 22. Okay, so that was the puzzle.
Oh my god. What is happening to me?
Well, what?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just need to calm down. Yeah, this is all happening in my head. This is not real. Oh no, please stop. I can't. Please. Oh no, please stop it. No, I can't. Please.
What the hell just happened? My screen's a bit bloody. I see a dude over there with a door and a mystery. Oh, that's loud. We had some packet loss there. Absinth. The Green Fairy. Okay, so that's the end of the Ah. Ah. Come on. Can't jump scare me. Doesn't matter how loud you make it. The curse is jump scare proof. My balls are too big. Okay, so that was Absinth, the Green Fairy pre-alpha demo that was given to me by the developers to try out and so on. My thoughts. It feels fairly in line with what we might call quote-unquote a walking simulator, but I mean, it has some cool shit going for it. The augmented reality thing is nice. If not for no other reason than at least the fact that it marks items you can click on. You're less likely to miss some random item and get stuck in the game. I'm really glad I was able to get the puzzle solved, otherwise we would have not seen the last sections. There's definitely a problem with some of the light effects or reflections on certain items where it just kept flashing our eyes blind with the amount of reflection on it or lighting. The performance issues, obviously, they'll have to work with and figure out. The setting, I liked how it started out in the forest and we had to manually find the house. Like, it didn't feel like it didn't just start you inside the house and that was the entire game. And from the looks of it, there's going to be a lot of areas, so it looks like it might be a big, pretty hefty length for a game. I'm just trying to imagine how long it took me to get through this little section. This was labeled as Act 2. How many acts there might be for those different areas. I mean, I saw like an office, a cave, and a few other things, so it could end up being a pretty long game if it's anything like what we just experienced. I don't really have too much more to comment as far as like the story and the settings and stuff. I mean, since it started us in the middle of the game somewhere and not at the beginning, I don't really know the full details going in, and I avoided all kinds of spoilers and stuff so I can experience things with a blank slate. All I've got was that someone was kidnapped, Absinth, and we are FBI investigator. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It comes out in November, and I will definitely be interested in looking forward to playing it. Like, it's perfectly in line with everything we play. But yeah, you're not gonna scare me with jump scares, man. Come on.